Welcome to Sugar Freedom. I'm Catherine Gordon. The message of this channel is eat for yourself. The subject of today's video is exactly what I eat on Vince Gironda's steak and egg diet. I'm going to dive right into exactly what I eat on the diet. I mean, it's pretty obvious. It's called the steak and egg diet for a reason. The way Vince set it up, according to my research, is 2 meals a day, all the eggs and all the steak that you want to get satisfied at those 2 meals a day. So what exactly is somebody my age, 56, and my size, 5'1", around 125, what exactly is somebody like me eating how much on steak and egg in order to get lean? Here is the visual. So breakfast and lunch, or breakfast and lunch. They're about the same. If I'm going to do a little bit more at one meal, I'm probably going to do a little bit more at lunch than at breakfast. This is completely satisfying. So this is right around 6 ounces of chuck eye steak and then 2 eggs. These are from my friend Kelly. Thank you, Kelly. And then here is lunch. And you'll see this one is slightly larger. So I might go 5 and 7 or 6 and 6. So 5 ounces at breakfast and then 7 ounces at lunch. So here's a little bit more and there's the 2 eggs. So that's the most important thing. 12 ounces of steak and 4 eggs for somebody my size. And the reason I can do that is when I do the steak and egg diet, my appetite is significantly reduced. I just want less food. This is all I want. I had exactly this plate at 7 o'clock, 6:30. It's 10:18 now, not remotely hungry, not remotely peckish, don't want a single thing to eat. So there you have it, my standard breakfast and lunch. A lot of people are going to prefer eating lunch and dinner, especially if you have a family and you're eating dinner as a family, you're going to want to eat lunch and dinner. Plenty of people are simply going to do steak and egg and they're going to do 3 meals, but my research has indicated that the way Vince did it was 2 meals a day, and that's all I want on steak and egg. The most important thing to understand for somebody like me who was obese and a serious overeater is the reason that I do this is to manage my appetite. There are a lot of bodybuilders, Hollywood stars, men and women who do this in order to lean out and get an ideal physique. I do it in order to manage my appetite because I have a tendency to overeat, especially when I eat sugar or grains or vegetable oils. So there it is, exactly what I eat, 12 ounces of steak, 4 eggs. However, I always make extra for a couple of reasons. If for some reason I get peckish or hungry or feel a craving, there's going to be some steak ready and some eggs ready for me to eat. The other reason I make more is because even though my husband and my son are naturally slender, very lean, they don't need to restrict carbohydrates, they love my steak. So I always make sure that I make some extra. So if they come home and they need something to eat, I've got something for them. This steak is chuck eye. It is my favorite cut for weight loss, for fat loss, and for well-being. The reason why, it's relatively economical and it's got the right amount of fat for me. It's less fatty than a ribeye. It's got a little bit more fat than top sirloin. It's wonderful and it's tender. Look for chuck eye steak. It's the eye of the chuck roast, so it's the most tender part of that chuck roast. And I will link to a video where I show you how to cook chuck eye steak. Now, a couple of extras that I want to tell you about. It's so important for me to tell you the absolute truth about what I'm really eating on steak and egg. Because I do steak and egg to manage my appetite, I have a couple of deal breakers. There are a couple of things that I do not give up on steak and egg, and I'll tell you what they are. It's coffee with natural heavy cream. So I'm going to have 2 tablespoons of heavy cream per day, so I'm really enjoying my coffee. Also in my coffee, I will admit, I use English Toffee Liquid Stevia. There are a number of people who will tell you, and I agree with them, that if you really continue to experience cravings, if you get a stall, if you hit a plateau, the secret would be get rid of anything sweet and get rid of the cream. However, for my purposes, that is not necessary. I call these my deal breakers. There's a couple of things just for me to enjoy my day, enjoy my morning, and so I do still have some heavy cream, natural, and some stevia. The other thing I continue to do, and I've been doing this for more than 10 years now, is I always drink my morning tonic. One of the main reasons I always drink my morning tonic is because of leg cramps. I find that if I don't have my tonic, I have leg cramps, and I make a tonic for my husband every day too. So I'm 56, he's 62. The leg cramps started for me about 4 years ago if I stopped using my Bragg's apple cider vinegar and lemon juice tonic. It's just a tablespoon of this and a tablespoon of this in water, enough water to dilute it because it's very sour. It can be hard to get down. So dilute it in as much water as you need for it to be comfortable for you to drink. I also put in a couple of drops of lemon stevia. One more thing on the tonic, if you find it difficult to stomach, have it in the afternoon, don't have it in the morning. If you still find it difficult to stomach, just do a teaspoon of Bragg's and a teaspoon of lemon juice to work up from there. If you still can't stomach it, just go with the lemon juice in some water. Am I strict steak and egg? I am not, because I'm having a bit of heavy cream and I am having some stevia. If I ever really did hit a wall and I needed to break through that wall, I would give up the cream and I would give up the sweetener. For me, a small woman, 12 ounces of steak, 4 eggs, and usually I do this for 3 days, and then I go to a standard sugar-free ketogenic diet. So I'm going to have a salad and a vegetable and maybe a small serving of low sugar fruit on day 4. And remember, this is a demonstration, not a recommendation. I'm just a woman who's lost weight telling her story, not a medical doctor. Check with a doctor or an RD before you change your diet. 12 ounces of steak, 4 eggs. I make extra steak and eggs just in case, and then simply to please myself, cream in my coffee, liquid stevia, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, and 1 tablespoon of Bragg's in the morning with water. Like, share, subscribe, and always remember, eat for yourself.